to it, Ralph. You know, were we boring enough for you?
I don't know. I think we were great.
Let's get to it. What is up, everybody? Ciao, ciao, ciao. Welcome to another edition of the Raff and Raff Rant. I'm one of your hosts. I'm one of the Raffs.
And I'm the other Raff.
All right, Raff, what's going on? First, before we get into it, I want to say Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Raff.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to all of our listeners and all of our subscribers and all the Napoli fans out there. I want to wish you a better 2021 than a 2020. That's for sure. We're done with 2020 and we're moving on. And we are live here today. And another thing I want to do before we start, Ralph, is I want to shout out my buddy Matteo Bonetti.
All right.
Who, him and his wife Kay Murray have a podcast called CalcioCast. They shouted me out. Basically, what they are doing is they have patrons. It's on Patreon. And their patrons, they are now allowed to promote anything that they do. Basically, what they're doing is having a patron sponsor a show. Okay. Or, like, sponsor one of their shows, and they chose me to be their first sponsor. So they shouted out my business, which is Valentino's in Saratoga Springs, the hair salon and barbershop. But they also shouted out Far From Vesuvius, and they shouted out the Raff and Raff Rant.
Oh, nice! Thank you.
I just am eternally grateful for them. Matteo Bonetti, as you all know, is the voice of Serie A on ESPN, along with Mark Donaldson. Kay Murray has been in the industry for a long time as well. She's done a lot of Real Madrid and La Liga stuff. They were both on beIN Sports. They both now are employed by ESPN, and we chat every now and then, and I'm very grateful to them for shouting us out, Ralph, shouting you, me, Far From Vesuvius.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Frank's sidekick and Kirsten. So I really appreciate that. And Ralph, let's get moving.
Oh man, let's get moving. Boy, did we wake up. You know, I was thinking we're gonna go to, first of all, hello to all the viewers. I know we got a bunch that just came in. Thank you. Get into your chat now. Start ranting. This is what it's about. You can rant anytime in the show. We're gonna put your comments up, the ones we really like. Any questions? If you want us to respond to something, put it on. Be nice, but go hard. So let's start with that. Happy New Year to everybody, first and foremost. And like Rafa said, let's make 2021 a much better one. We'll see how things go, I guess. But, you know, I was thinking, all right, I'm going to wake up. You know, we had planned to come on today. I was going to wake up and we were going to see nothing much on the news, right? Just maybe a picture of Insigne and Zelensky with their girlfriends drinking some spumante. But oh boy, we did see some partying going on, but kind of not the one we wanted to see, Rafa.
We did, Ralph. We did.
So into our first topic today, man. What a doozy. Osimhen tests positive for COVID-19 today.
So the way it goes is he apparently had a test done on the 30th.
Okay.
Before he left Nigeria.
Yeah.
Tested negative.
Right.
Gets back in yesterday to Naples to join the squad. Didn't join them at practice yet.
The 31st. Let's make it clear for everybody.
This is the 31st.
He came back the 31st.
Today, tests positive. There was a video that has been released, and I don't know who released it. It wasn't Napoli. It wasn't a Napoli news site. It was a individual. Somebody released it, but it was a video of Osimhen and him having what looks to be a party.
Yeah.
And what looks to be with family or friends in his native Nigeria. His birthday was on the 29th. So happy birthday, Victor.
Happy birthday.
We share a birthday with my youngest brother, Anthony. Thank you.
All right, there you go. Did Anthony party like it was 1999?
No, see, that's the issue at hand right now. Okay, and you know, a lot of people are going to point to this party as somewhere he may have contracted it, but upon reading our chat in By the way, let me also announce Ralph Bizzarro is now a new member of Far From Vesuvius. we'd like to congratulate him and welcome him to
Happy to
our
be here. Happy to
elite
be
club.
here. The hazing wasn't that bad, trust me, guys.
We did what we could.
Yeah, we could.
So
They were nice to me.
you know, and obviously, like everything, we discuss matters. Napoli matters, and you know, Ken brought up a pretty good point when he said it's possible that he contracted the virus before the party, which is an even worse look because, you know, obviously, if he contracted it and didn't know, then that's fine. But to have a party the way he did with family and friends, you know, is a little irresponsible from him. And the club, Gattuso and the club are not very happy. And I believe fines are coming, which is rightfully so. I think this matter should be treated very seriously, and a fine should be enforced or what have you. And you know, the fact that he could now have been a spreader, you know, is a big deal. I mean, what do you say, Ralph? Like, here's, before you say anything, here's my thing. Oma Akatugba, who's very close to him, who I mentioned, I interviewed him. I reached out to him. I didn't get a direct response from him, but he retweeted a tweet that I sent. And what he said was he's still investigating the matters of the party. We're trying to find out all the you know, the ins and the outs. What he did say a few days ago was that Victor is ready to return to the team and could have actually played on Sunday. And if that's the truth, which, mind you, Oma is very reliable, a very reliable source when it comes to Victor. If that's true, then he set himself back a few more weeks now with COVID, possibly another month. A lot of the other reports were saying that the goal was to have Victor back by Supercoppa, which, if that's the case, you know, Victor's asymptomatic. He's got COVID. He can get over it and come back at regular scheduled time. But, I mean, if you have a guy like Victor ready to come back in against a team like Cagliari, and then we play teams like Spezia and you know, the field, like, we actually have the easier road in January in Serie A than the teams that are above us, then it's a bit of a setback, isn't it?
Okay.
Ralph?
Well, yeah, but here's, I mean, the last reports I heard was that Victor was going to require a couple more weeks. They actually said his reentry was probably going to be January 20th now. So
which is the Supercoppa, which is what I mentioned. Yeah.
Right. So that being the case, that's 20 days away. That's more than 2 weeks of quarantining. You know what I'm trying to say? So
yeah,
even if he has to stay out now for these 2 weeks, I think he's taking another test, because Oma also reported that he had received a test in Belgium, that he received the results on the 30th, which were negative, and then he takes another test the 31st in Italy and comes back positive today. Now, I spoke to Kenny. He was a little upset with me, but we're still good friends. But
listen, we are like,
yeah, guys, we rant in our sleep around here. Yeah. This is not just live. We rant everywhere.
No.
I love Kenny to death. But he gave me some good insight as far as taking test results and what can come back positive or negative just within 24 hours. Now, you know, the video looks bad. All right. The freaking video looks bad. I get it. He's sitting there dancing, making it rain. But as far as that could be a cultural thing, by the way, the Greeks do it. If you're Greek and you're watching this, you throw money and shit in the air. Like, I'm not kidding. It was kids there. It wasn't like some strippers twerking. All right. It was probably a family party with a few people. We all hung out with our families' holidays. Let's keep it real. But it doesn't look good, especially considering what was going on with the Coney thing. And now needing him, the fact that we really need a striker to come back and play, like, now. And if this is going to set him back more, it sucks. It's a bad look. So, Victor, if you ever watch this, you know, we still love you. It's okay.
Absolutely.
Some people were trying to compare him to Balotelli and shit.
No.
Listen, everybody relax. He's 21. He's 22 now, whatever it is. He's a young dude. He's excited. He found this newfound success. All right, he fucked up, but I mean, like, I'm sorry, he messed up a little bit.
No,
but
you're right.
Let's not throw him under the bus.
He messed up. He's a kid. He messed up. He's got money, you know, whatever. I'm not worried about him with the making it rain.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about. I'm worried about partying during this COVID. That's what I'm worried about. Michael De Chico, he's missing a few weeks of practice to get back into the game shape.
Yeah, he's been in therapy
on his own. Well, he could train on his own though, Michael. Like that's not. I'm not worried about that. He's 22. Right. He's in good shape.
He'll be fine.
He's been getting back into shape because of the injury. He maybe he's not going to be able to practice with the squad. Obviously, he's not going to be able to see the team for another 2 weeks. But I'm not too worried about that, Michael. I think that because this guy, again, we mentioned this on another show. This is Rocco on his
us
mother.
Too, Rocco. Us too.
I certainly hope we can have Osimhen eligible by Supercopa. Yes, me too. But Rocco, also the issue is Serie A. We want to finish top 4. We're in 5th.
Right.
We need somebody to play his role. And right now, Petagna, I mean, it's not really happening as a starter, and we still don't have Mertens back. I'm not 100% sure when Mertens is supposed to come back in. But this is kind of a segue into what we are going to talk about next, isn't it, Ralph?
Yes, it is. Let's switch it up here, guys.
Because it looks like we're striking out, doesn't it? We'll use a baseball term to talk about our strikers.
Little sport fusion going on right here.
Are we striking out, Ralph? So Mertens injured. Timetable of his return, I'm not 100% sure of, like I just mentioned. Now, the possibility of Victor being able to come on off the bench on Sunday is gone.
Yep.
According to Oma, he was ready to play.
Yeah.
Petagna is not necessarily lighting it up as a starter. Now, I'm gonna start by saying this. Andrea Petagna is a starter for Spal. He was a starter for the Atalanta team that just wasn't this Atalanta team.
Right.
He was a starter for other teams that he played with that bottom of the table, lower to mid table. He was never brought into Napoli.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Starting striker.
Exactly.
I know he has to play that role right now because of the injuries and now COVID or what have you. But Mertens was playing that role, and we were doing just fine while Mertens was playing that role.
Right.
Mertens gets hurt. We lose 1-0 to Inter. We lose 2-0 to Lazio. We can't beat Torino. It takes a last-minute Insigne strike.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
But Petagna has come on as a sub and won 2 games and scored 3 goals.
Right.
So I don't want to hear this notion that we have to replace Petagna already.
Yeah.
That's, to me, no, out of the question.
He was a backup striker.
Right.
That was his job. That was what he was meant to do. He did it. And then he turned into the starter because we're losing everybody.
He had no other choice.
He had no choice.
The question is,
he's not the golden boy.
We had Llorente to come in. You know what I'm saying? He's out the door. January he'll be out. By the way, today, January 1st, 2021. The transfer window begins today. But he's most likely out the door.
It doesn't be. I thought it was the 5th. No, January 5th.
You could be right.
I think it's January 5th.
You could be right. I saw someone report that today.
Yeah.
I think in other leagues it might have started, but
it might have been.
But the point is that Llorente's gone. Milik obviously isn't coming back. So do we use this market to pick up a 4th striker, a 3rd striker?
Speaking of the devil,
Kenny. Oh, my man, Kenny's in. Mertens led the league.
We got royalty in the house, man.
Exactly. We brought that up here. Mertens has assist and led the league. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His injury, when we were without Zielinski, when we were without Mertens, we felt missing their presence. Osimhen was pretty much inserted into this dynamic that we have.
Rafa.
And Gattuso's got these players playing.
Right. Playing also. Rafa, by the way, just to respond to Kenny as well, I think Mertens is 15 assists away from getting to 100. Basically, Marek Hamsik is the leader of assists on Napoli all time with 100, and Mertens has 85, which means if Mertens were to get 15 more assists, he will have all the all-time records for Napoli.
Look at that. He will
be the top scorer, top assists, and in my eyes, he's going to go down as one of the top players to ever put on a Napoli.
So, Raff, the question again is, do we use the Mercato to get another striker to bring in? Is it worth it? Because we're going to have Mertens back soon. We're going to have Osimhen back at the end of January at least.
Yeah.
Our team is back. Is it worth it? we are playing lower level teams in January. Do we have to use the Mercato to bring in one more Copa, one more what's the word I'm looking for? Striker.
Right.
This is also Rocco.
No, that's Paul, I believe.
This is
one
If
Paul?
I were Osimhen, I'd be more afraid of Gattuso being mad. Is it Paul? Oh, it's Paul.
Yeah, he's right. My
youngest son, listen. Yeah. My kids are joining in. Where's everybody else? I got Ken.
Yeah, seriously? We have a few viewers in here. So I want more.
If I were Osimhen, I'd be more afraid of Gattuso because he got COVID. And that's a sick point by my 7-year-old kid.
Right. Come on, guys.
Dude,
come on, viewers. You need to step it up, man. You're getting schooled right now by preteens.
By a 9 and a 7-year-old, Rispo. That's it.
To answer your question, Rafa, and then Kenny here, I agree with Ken. And I agree with him only because I don't trust De Laurentiis to do the right thing right now. I think we spoke on this. What do Napoli need? The transfer needs. Last week we spoke about it, and I was really clear on what I want. And so, I mean, we were both clear, but I was like, we need another striker, I think. I don't see Mertens as the punto di cabo striker right up front, especially in a 4-2-3-1. I do not like him there.
No, you're right. You're right, but he's proven that he can score goals. So by putting him there,
he can. I'm just saying I don't think he should be playing there in that formation. The 4-3-3 was a little bit different. Guys are the false nine, but I don't know. I don't know if I want Mertens always out front. I would prefer him maybe.
I understand that, Ralph, but he's a proven goal scorer. So if he's got to play striker in that role, then fine. You know what I mean? That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
But can it be more part-time, like more on a part-time basis?
It can, but with Osimhen out, who are you going to do? Start Petagna there?
All right, fine. I understand. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Which is why I think we need another striker. At least, maybe he could be a little older.
But who's available and who's going to come? This goes out to John Baccio on the Calcio Napoli Club site. He listed all these players' names of who we could get and who's going to come in. Not a single one of them are linked to Napoli.
Right.
And I know it's a conversation starter, fine, and it has us talking on this show.
Yeah, sure.
But realistically, who are we going to get? Who are we going to bring in? Graziano Pelle? Giroud? Giroud's not leaving. And Ken says it right. Exactly what I was just going to say. Reasonably, it doesn't make sense. These guys are coming back from injury. There's no need. When we had them, we were winning games like this, left and right.
Right.
There's no need for another striker. There's just none. It's a move that would be so short term that it doesn't make sense right now. Right now, it doesn't make sense. Maybe next Mercato, maybe when we decide, okay, Mertens is gonna play back more, maybe. Yeah. But right now, I don't think so. We have capabilities in this position. We do. Plus, when Mertens plays, Lozano scored 6 goals. Politano scored 4 goals. Zielinski was scoring goals. Goals are coming from Insigne. They're coming from all over the place.
Right.
And especially when Victor comes in, he's going to create that open space. It's not. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Rob, I'm totally for it.
And it's a fine argument to make, but I think we need to focus the Mercato on another winger in the back. Yeah. Another Terzino.
Well, that Croatian dude came up in a few articles. I hope I'm pronouncing it right because we know how people get. Vuskovic from Hajduk Split.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, okay. There's a name. We're talking about Emerson Palmieri possibly coming in, and that's a big name, and that's a big. He's coming in from Chelsea, and he's an Italian national team player, and he's pretty good. He could alleviate some of Di Lorenzo and Hussein, we still have Gulam, who I think should be playing more. We still have Mario. Say whatever you want about him.
As our defenseman, sorry to cut you off again. As our defenseman, Gulam has the best assists on the team. He is top 20 all time for Napoli.
I'm telling you, a healthy Gulam, put him in.
Let him play.
Put him in. For me, the most important for me is to get one more midfielder, Papu Gomez. And
oh man, come on, Ken.
Dude,
Gulam is not dead. Gulam is not dead, man.
I don't
No
know about
way.
dead. I don't know about dead.
Come
I
on,
think,
he got some left in the tank.
I think he
That's
has something
harsh.
left. I think he has something left.
Good
I do.
rant though.
In
That
my
is a good
opinion.
rant.
No,
That's
no,
what
in
we
my
want.
opinion, he does. But is he long term? Probably not. So maybe an Emerson is good, you know? So in my view, we get a Papu Gomez come in here, done. Finished. Papu Gomez and a left back / right back. And we
That
don't
would
need
good.
anything
Yeah.
else. And
For sure, because
we're returning injured strikers. We don't need anything
now
else.
more than ever, I think, because since we've spoke about transfer needs, Rafa, it's came to our understanding that Fabian Ruiz is not going to renew with us. So
Right, but he has 2 years left on his contract. So
yeah, but we're going to sell him. We're going to
I
make
mean,
some money.
I'm not
off of him.
opposed to selling him at this point.
We're going to sell him.
I think as long
Not-
as we make a decent profit on him, we should cash in on him now. And I'd said that before the season started.
Right.
I said instead of selling Koulibaly this season, we wait till next summer and sell Fabian. And now he might go in. He might go in the winter. Who knows? He might go in the summer.
I don't think he's going anywhere right now, but we'll.
No, at this moment, no. At this moment,
No.
no. But I think we bring in Papu Gomez just in case. That's what I think.
I agree. At this point, we should get him, especially if we're going to lose one of those guys. I think that, I'm sorry that Fabian Ruiz is just not working out in our plans. I mean, I didn't think he worked out ever, in my opinion, but whatever. We're starting to see it more now. We do need, especially if we want to switch our formation at times to a 4-3-3. Fabian Ruiz is not that guy. He can't play in that position. You got
to play closer to goal.
He's got to play close to the goal. He's good at the 4-2-3-1, actually, believe it or not. Or if he's like in a 4-1-4 like Spain did or something. But either way.
But see, so Fabian shows flashes of brilliance and then it goes away. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So Ken says that Papu can't replace him. We need another true center mid if we sell. So Kenny, then tell me who you think we should bring in, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if.
What about Zaccagni?
But Zaccagni would be for next season. He's not going to leave now. I don't think. Okay. That's how that's the relationship that we had, and that was what we had discussed a few weeks ago about Zaccagni and the relationship that Napoli have with Verona. They would buy him and keep him. He would say, and again, it would be a good move for next season, yes. But I'm talking about like right now.
Locatelli was Ken's
dude. I would take Locatelli like that. Sign him right now.
Sign him right now.
Absolutely, 100% agree with Ken. Locatelli, if he could come in this season, oh man, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, but either way, we'll need something. We need something on the fly, plug and play, ready to go, and to just add a little bit more reinforcement.
I don't think we need a lot.
We don't need a lot.
We don't need a lot.
We don't need a whole lot.
But the thing is, Napoli tifosi su Twitter, when we don't sign someone this winter, they're going to get frantic, and they're going to blame the fact that we didn't win the Scudetto on us not signing someone in the winter, which I think is BS. I don't think we're winning the Scudetto this season anyway. Doesn't matter. We have to get to the Champions League, and I want to go as far in Europe as we can and possibly win another Coppa Italia and add to that little Scudetto I have over there.
I want an EL trophy. I want an EL trophy, and I want to qualify for champions. That would make
that's it.
This
Rafa
need. Happy. You know what I mean? That's for sure.
That's what we need.
Sassuolo hates us. Who cares about Sassuolo? Okay.
Who said? Kenny said that.
Kenny.
No, they did. He said
good, because we hate them too.
They do hate us. It's okay. They could have Paulo Cannavaro. It's okay. They could have freaking Vlad Kidiges. But when it comes to us trying to get somebody, forget it. When we tried to get Politano from them, wasn't it from them? That we tried to get Politano? Kenny could probably refresh my memory, but it was a whole thing with the facts not going through at the right time in that one winter transfer.
What's up, Michael
Lisi? Michael Lisi is a buddy of mine who's a Milan fan. Just jumped on. Y'all,
right. That's enough for Michael then. Sorry. No, just kidding.
Y'all just
playing. Wait, which Milan? AC Milan, or not that it matters?
Obviously, it's red. Look at the M. No, Michael Lisi is a good friend of mine on Twitter. We talk a lot. We're in a chat with Matteo as well. A mid that can connect back to front and make it flow. I mean, like Jorginho was, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like Jorginho. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean,
Like, we got to somehow replace those guys, right? Like, we kind of want to get something that will mimic those players that we lost. Tony Sessa hits a sub. We're not selling Fabian Ruiz till next year. Forget about getting players from Sassuolo. It's going to be very hard to get a left back because Gulam is going to be very hard to sell. Not necessarily. We can still sell them. Somebody will want them.
I mean, I agree, but I don't know if Gulam is the one that's going to go right now. I can probably see Malqui leaving. I don't know, man. I feel like Gattuso kind of likes Gulam. I'm not sure if he's going to be a sell. You know, and if he is a sell, it won't be until next season, I don't think. But I mean, I also agree on Fabian not leaving until next season. I had said that, like I said a few minutes ago. He'll go in the summer for a lot of money.
Not this summer, you're saying that
this summer, this coming summer, he'll be
sold.
Yeah.
If we're gonna fetch 50 million, yeah, we'll take it. Honestly, at this point,
give me 50 or 60, because remember they were talking about 200 or 300 million to Real Madrid.
Nah, get out of here. That was.
Remember that?
I didn't believe. That's when I started getting pissed off. I'm like, come on, give me a break. Like, who? Where? If he's 200 million. Then I don't know, and Senior's 500 million. Like, what do you? Who's coming up with these numbers? I want to know. Like,
the ADL is. Come on, man.
Yeah, ADL. No, he's not.
No. To be more realistic, I'd take 50 because we paid what 20 something.
We paid 30. I think it was like 30, 35 million.
I would take 55, 60. I think 60 is a decent number.
I'd take 60.
I think he's got quality. He has quality. He's just not a fit for Napoli.
Not right. That's what I'm saying. Right, and I'm pretty sure he wants to go to Spain. I'm pretty sure of that.
Maybe he really did flourish at Betis. You know, that was his stomping ground. So,
shall we move along, Rafa?
We should move along.
All right.
It came out a few days ago that the coach of the decade has been named Walter Mazzarri, and by a landslide.
Yeah, 50% landslide.
Yeah,
Shoot.
man. And I don't necessarily disagree. I think that if we're gonna give an accolade out to one of the three like long-term main coaches in the 2010s, I think it goes to Mazzarri. But let's talk about this now.
Because there's, you know what, Rafa, 50% chose Walter Mazzarri. Now,
yeah,
I understand. I like Walter Mazzarri. I had a great time watching Napoli during his era. It was probably my favorite time. Yes. It was also a time that we started seeing a lot of first times for Napoli and the fans, right? We got the Coppa Italia, so it was the first trophy we lifted in 30 years. We got the Champions League.
Against an unbeaten Juventus, mind you.
Right. It was a big deal. It was a big deal for us. We have, nobody can forget the image of Paolo Cannavaro lifting up the Coppa Italia over his head, but that wasn't good enough to get into the Hall of Fame. But nobody, a little...
Oh, the mural?
Yeah, for the train station.
That's another subject.
Yeah. Kenny, I'm going to get right back to this. He had Cavani, which is everybody's, sweetheart right now. He had Lavezzi. He had Medic Hamsik. He had these guys that really just kind of really hit home for Napolitans.
He had Aronica.
I loved Aronica. People get on.
I was a fan of Aronica. A lot of people.
He was tough, dude. Yo, I loved Aronica. He was tough. He used to like get in people's faces, man. I liked Aronica. But so yeah, I mean, he did a lot. I'm not gonna get, he was a lot of first timers. Even what he did in Champions League with the group of death. Remember that? It was Bayern Munich, Manchester City, and Villarreal, and we got out that group, and we almost beat Chelsea. We should have beat a Christian Maggio goal line clearance in the first leg. And we're 4-1. Ashley Cole, man. I'm so glad you said that because nobody remembers that. I talk to them. I cannot forget that day. I remember talking to my cousin on the phone, my cousin Dan on the phone. If that ball went in, this tie is over. Now we might have a problem. Who is this? Which one was that? Paul? No way I'm voting for him. All right. Paul. I think this one's Rocco. Oh, is that Rocco? Confused. Yeah. Oh, Rocco. You gotta give him name tags. Rocco doesn't remember Walter Mazzarri. Rocco was just born when Rocco. Right. That's a funny story. When Napoli scored the third goal,
against Chelsea, I threw my phone down in excitement. And as I was throwing my phone down, I somehow telepathically knew the phone was going to bounce back up and hit my kid who was sitting right next to me.
Right.
And it freaking did. I threw the phone down and bounced back and hit Rocco in the face, and I saw it coming. I telepathically saw it coming. But that's something I remember about the game too. It was hilarious.
Oh man. That's
careful
for flying phones.
Yeah. So that's how you know that he was a strong
trooper. Yeah.
But he was only.
Well, I'll wear my helmet if I ever watch a game with you.
Well, listen, yeah, you have to. Oh man, I go nuts. But anyway, here's the thing about Mazzarri. Mazzarri for me, like you said, was he brought us to this next level. We had Eddie Rea in the early 2000s and in the mid 2000s who got us back to Serie B and then Serie A. He took over for Gianpaolo Ventura, or whatever the hell his name is. Then he gets canned after a pretty rough, it was a pretty decent start to the season, but then we slipped. He gets canned for Roberto Donadoni, who saved us from relegation, but then started off bad in 2009.
Right.
And then Walter Mazzarri comes in 2000.
Right, in October, I believe.
October 2009. In his very first match, Christian Maggio, I believe it was Christian Maggio, gets a last-minute winner against Bologna.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right.
And then that's what Mazzarri was known for. That Mazzarri, Tempo di Mazzarri, right? That was Zona Mazzarri, which was goals coming after the freaking 85th minute.
Right.
Many times did he provide us with great memories, great moments. He, like you said, brought us back to the Champions League, finished in third place.
Right.
Then a fifth place finish the season that we were in the Champions League, but the Coppa Italia win against Juventus. And then it was fifth place. It was fifth place the season that we won Coppa Italia. It was sixth place this first full season.
Okay.
And then a second place finish.
The last season was the second place season, and that's when Rafa Benitez came in
behind Juventus.
Yes.
Many memories of Cavani scoring those goals, the goal against Lecce, the goal against Lazio, the goal. Forget about it, man. Just Champions League goals, the goal he scored against Man City. Come on, just
right here, Ken. Hold on, I gotta stop you. Right there, Rafa. This is what I need to say. This so bad. It's because this is exactly right. That's what I'm saying. This was like the beginning of a better Napoli, right? Because prior to Mazzarri, we were kind of a mid-table team. We're coming out of the B series, the C series. This was the first time that we lift a trophy. First time we finished top flight. First time we get into the Champions League. There was a lot of new beginnings for us. And I think Napolitans at that moment, the Tifosi at that moment were just happy with what they had. You know what I'm trying to say? If you take Walter Mazzarri and you let him coach now with the same results, do you still love him just as much? Does he win 50% of the votes? I want to know. So I want to hold the Napoli Tifosi a little bit accountable for this vote.
Well,
now, like I said, there's nothing bad with feeling that way. That, hey, this was a really joyous time because Napoli started going up like this, right? Aside from Coppa Italia, they didn't win a Scudetto. They didn't really do anything in the European League, but they did see a lot of new times. And I think, like Kenny said, the expectations were low. So whatever happened was a big deal, was good enough. Do we still have that same attitude now? I mean, to kind of counter the whole Mazzarri thing, if I had to choose, it would probably be Maurizio Sarri. To win it. And part of it was because they more or less achieved the same thing, except that Sarri really brought up the team in value. He stayed in the top three all 3 years. I have an interesting fact here. We were discussing it, Rafa, right before. I'm just going to throw it out there for everybody to know. Mazzarri's record in 4 years was 75 wins, 43 draws, and 34 losses. Whereas Sarri in 3 seasons did 79 wins, 22 draws, and 13 losses. I mean, he accomplished a lot,
Are those league numbers? Are those just league numbers?
Those were league numbers.
Yes. Okay.
Those were league numbers.
Well, listen, I'm not denying that Maurizio Sarri didn't provide Napoli with a lot of excitement, memories. Ken brings this up too. Without we can put that.
Sorry.
We can't rewrite history without him. We don't lay the groundwork. Much respect for Mazzarri.
100%, 100%, Ken.
And I think,
100%,
like
Ken,
Kenny said, that's why they chose Mazzarri over Sarri. No one's going to pick Benitez, although I might have a strong opinion about he should be at least up there.
If we're talking about markets, yeah.
Okay. But Sarri, what he did was wonderful. He brought us to the Champions League 3 times in a row, which no one has done, and no one has done before or since.
Right.
The points, the 91 points in the season we lost to Scudetto, but that's the thing, is that a lot of people talk about Mazzarri's preferred 11, but Sarri had a preferred 11 too. Maybe he didn't have the bench that he wanted to have.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe. But at the same time, Sarri had no plan B. Never had a plan B. When our backs were against the wall, it was over.
But what was Mazzarri's plan B? Did he ever switch his 3-5-2?
Like Mazzarri had no expectations, so anything Mazzarri did was good because of the fact that this was all brand new. Right. Like, holy crap, we've been in the league for 7 years. We lifted the Coppa Italia. Oh my gosh, it took us, would it take us like 4 seasons to get to the Champions League? Like, that's maybe 3. That's a big accomplishment. From there, the accomplishments should have gotten better and better. Now, my argument for Benitez to be better than Sarri at least is that Benitez asked for players, and along with Ricardo Bigon, he got these players. And the players are Gonzalo Higuain, as much as we all hate him. After we lost Cavani, we brought in Higuain, who just scored as much, if not, well, not more, but as much as Cavani was a good goal scorer, so was Higuain. Yes. Sarri played the best for football and elevated us, no doubt. But mentalidad is where I was going. That's where I was going, Ken.
I felt that, so I figured.
Benitez, yeah, we drew a lot of games there too. And we lost a lot of frustrating games too. I'll never forget his last game with us. The 4-2 Lazio loss at home for the Champions League, which pissed me off. Higuain sends a penalty kick with 10 minutes left over the bar, and then Lazio scores 2 on us, and we lose 4-2.
Right, I remember that.
But we lost the Champions League. That's frustrating, yes. But Benitez won us a Coppa Italia also. Benitez won us the Supercoppa, which people will crap on, but I don't care. It's a trophy. Right. Also, Benitez took us to the semifinal Europa League.
Okay.
In where we could have won that match against, I think it was Dnipro, which for me, I would have rather lost to Sevilla and been in Fiorentina's shoes and had Fiorentina play Dnipro. If it was, we lost to the team that no one expected to make the final.
It was Dnipro, yeah. It was semifinals.
Yeah. And Fiorentina played against Sevilla. Yeah. I much would rather have lost to Sevilla in the semifinal, but be that as it may, we went to a semifinal in Europe with Benitez. Okay?
Yes.
You have to take the good with the bad. For me, he brought in, like I said, Higuain, Jorginho, Mertens, Callejon, Albiol, players like that. Koulibaly, Duvan. Yes, these are players that have flourished and
all
become
staples in our team.
Better. But now, you can argue that Sarri made Koulibaly better because in his first season with Benitez and maybe his first with Sarri.
I think he made all those guys better. Was a little
rocky, but you have to get used to a new league,
Rafa, Sarri made all those guys better.
That's fine. He made them better, but they weren't. Sarri brought that like Kenny said, the mentalidad was gone, dude. Like, we couldn't finish the seasons because we finished in second. Dude.
Yeah, but who did he have? That's all. He only had those starters, Rafa. I mean, come on. Who was on the bench for him in the midfield? I tell you, Diawara and Rogue. That was it. He had nobody else up front. Higuain did his thing. Insigne did his thing. Mertens, Callejon. Everybody performed. The partnerships that he created and the confidence that he gave into his players, the value, if you want to talk about money in an economic standpoint, the value he brought to the team, the value he brought to the team has been unmatched since. I mean, he turned Higuain into a 30-year-old $95 million player when we bought him for 40 mil off of
and I'm not denying
Real
that.
Madrid.
I'm not denying any of that. I'm not denying any of that.
But I mean, I agree with Rafa as far as I'm sorry. There's so many Rafas here, man. So Rafa Benitez, yes, he was our most successful in the European theater, 100%. I'll give it to Tony Sessier, scored 20 goals with Benitez. Right, but, Callejon did start getting a little bit older. He's playing a whole lot.
Yeah, but wait a minute, because Callejon, because in Sadi's second season, Mertens, Insigne, Callejon, and Hamsik all had double-digit goals, and they were the only team in Europe, all top 5 leagues, to have 4 players with double-digit goals.
Who was this with? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part.
This is Sadi's second season. We missed that. We finished in third, 1 point behind Roma, 5 behind you.
Yeah.
My Scudetto just fell. And then the season after, which was our Scudetto season, the season we beat Juve.
91 points.
91 points. And then it all fell apart, man. Why? Why did it all fall apart? That's, to me, and Sadi, at the end of the day, in Europe was terrible.
Okay.
If you ask me. Terrible. And then couldn't even win a Coppa Italia. They didn't win a single trophy under Sadi. Meanwhile,
do you think that he was focusing more on the campeonato as opposed to
the mentality that we're talking about? That nobody should go into a season with the mentality of, you know what, we're going to qualify for this competition, but screw this competition next season because we want this. No, absolutely not. No. Because with Mazzarri, we had fighting for a Scudetto. That season that we finished in 5th, the season that we were in the Champions League, we still were a Scudetto contender. Definitely the season before when we finished 3rd, we were still a Scudetto contender. Okay, we win the Coppa Italia. We end up becoming a Scudetto contender the next season. Okay, and we didn't do terrible we didn't do great in Europe either. But at the same time, we have to get that mentality. Under Benitez, we were in Europe, and we were kind of in the Serie A as well. Conceding competitions sets bad precedents, man. Exactly. We haven't found that one manager to get us, because now that we have that depth, we have Gattuso. The question is, can Gattuso keep us competitive in Serie A? Never mind winning it, but competitive in Serie A.
I don't know, and he hasn't been proving it that much right now.
Yeah, but he hasn't had a full season yet either.
No, I get it, but we have how many people are injured now? I mean, all right, Osimhen wasn't his fault, but he keeps doing this high pressure, all his eggs in one basket up front, and we're losing the balance of the team. Now we have all these guys injured. Petagna is not performing up to what we think he can perform to. Mertens is gone. Insigne loses his head. But
Insigne losing his head is more a testament to his for me anyway. More a testament to his passion. Yes.
You can still have passion without getting a red card.
Sometimes captains are going to get in the referee's face and say "Va cagnera" and get sent off, man. That's going to happen sometimes, dude. I think Insigne as the captain of this squad is all because Gattuso and Insigne stepping up as captain of the squad is all because Gattuso and the passion that he shows. Insigne can be the same type of player in a different position that Gattuso was, and it shows. When Gattuso's eye isn't half closed and he's sitting on the bench, he's on the pitch screaming at these players.
I get it.
Now that he can run them to the ground, he has the depth for them to come sit and then to put in another player who's equally as qualified or even could be even better to replace them. It's just that we've been unfortunate with injuries, which in a time like this with the condensed schedule and COVID and this and that is absolutely excusable for me. Gattuso needs more time, and this is why we absolutely should sign him for another season or 2.
Right. I mean,
we should because
we'll see. I mean, I think January is going to say a lot about the mentality of the team currently, and if all this what we're saying is actually working, because they're gonna have to respond now. And with all the injuries, the diversity that they're facing, this is a real test for Napoli as far as mentality goes. Because if they can't pull themselves up here and now, then like what else can you say? Because I mean, to defend, Ken was talking about Sadi kind of bringing them into the ground. But my question is like, yeah, but look at the roster he had. And yeah, he was somewhat of a one-trick pony. I wanted maybe a little bit more out of Sadi, but he literally did all he can with practically nothing. I mean, granted, he did take, Rafa Benitez to me had the top transfer market because those guys who he picked up ended up being all key players for this team, and some of them are still here. Some of them recently just left. And Sadi took those guys and said, I have a team. I can do what I want with this, and he did. He proved that. He proved that just listening to the players and what they want, responding to them, and keeping their feelings into consideration, he built a team that, let's be honest, every Napolitan fan says it was the most beautiful soccer we've ever seen, right? I mean, again, I'm not trying to knock anybody else, but I'm just saying is that the impact that Sadi had on fans and the impact that he had on the soccer that we saw from Napoli should get noted. The fact that he stayed top 3. Did he do well in the European competitions? No, but so far, nobody has, really. I mean, with the exception of going to the semifinals with the Europa League, we never came out of a round of 16 or a round of 32 yet. Neither did Mazzarri. He got really close with Chelsea that day, and I know they were having coaching problems, and ended up switching for the following game.
Di Matteo.
Yeah, and then they won the Champions League.
Right.
So interestingly enough, fans, give us a little bit of credit because everybody who's Napoli has lost against were either finalists and won or
most
semifinalists.
Anyway. Yes. Most anyway, yes.
So we're losing against champions. We're not, and for the most part. But I think Sadi should get a little more credit. I think the fact that he goes to Juve.
Well, that did it. That's what did it.
So every time somebody goes to Juventus now, we're gonna like.
No, but you know what? He's
worthless.
It's not about that, Ralph. It's not about that. It's
maybe
about
not for you, but for a lot of people, it is.
No, but it's about the things that he said about Juve and for Napoli when he was with Napoli, growing up a Napoli fan. I'll never wear. You only get penalties when you wear stripes. I'll never go to Juve. This and that, and then he goes to Juve. It's Higuain-ish, dude. It is. I'm sorry, it is. And that's the way it is, and that's why Napoli fans didn't vote Sadi in. But I also have the impression within myself that Sadi shouldn't be named coach of the decade. And yes, he played beautiful soccer, and yes, we got a lot of points. But the fact is, nobody could beat Juve in these 10 years. So I don't think anybody should say anything about we didn't win a Scudetto because nobody did. Ken, Sadi didn't have put that back up. Sadi didn't have nothing. He had the best 11 we ever had. He asked for specific players that didn't work out sometimes. Giaccherini, Marco Rog, Diawara, these players didn't work. Strinic,
he didn't play Rogue. He didn't play. Rogue had like 3 starts.
No,
Diawara got all the starts. And then we got rid of him.
The bench time. But his substitutions were plug and play.
Not even putting that name up.
Plug and play, like for like, same substitutions. It was the same thing.
If he substituted.
I'm going to go on a limb. It's funny that nobody mentions Ancelotti, right? He is the one manager. I'm not giving him a coach that, trust me, I'm not. Yeah. But Ancelotti is the manager that was able to move these pieces within the flow of the game. You started in this formation, and the team on the field switched into another formation. And he was able to do that. The first year with Ancelotti, we finished in second, distant from Juve, but also way ahead of Inter. So we finished in second. It was the second season that something happened, didn't work out. Ancelotti wasn't the fit for us. He just wasn't the personality we needed. Yeah. I think Gattuso could be the Ancelotti of the Milan years. Don't forget, Gattuso is a very young coach. He hasn't coached that much. He hasn't coached quality that much either. I think Gattuso could be the Ancelotti from his glory days in Milan. He grew up, he matured under Ancelotti. He's got that style of moving the formations as he goes. You know, we move into this and we move into that, like without possession. And he knows most of the time, knows when to make a sub, knows what sub to make. Sometimes he lapses, but again, I think it's a learning curve. This is his first full season with Napoli.
Right.
I say we re-sign him, we have him keep going, and let's just see. Let's see what happens this season. We're
gonna know real soon.
If we collapse mentally, now we have to start thinking: is it the players? Is it the managers we bring in? What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
I think this next month is gonna tell us a whole lot, Rafa. I think they're gonna tell us a whole lot. So
yeah. Absolutely. Quentin chimes in. Mind you, shout out to Quentin. He's the one that does our intro. He does our music for this show. So thank you, Quentin. We appreciate that. The assistant to Mazzarri was the best coach we ever had. Yeah. He was undefeated whenever
we did have one of the healthiest Napolis under Mazzarri. You know what? Final answer. I'm fine with this decision, Rafa. I'm fine. And the reason why I'm fine is because, yes, Mazzarri gave us a Napoli that we haven't seen in 30 years, and we enjoyed it. But please, can we go back to that? I don't want to say, like, I want to go back to those feelings in the sense that, like,
I don't think it's going to happen, Ralph.
Can we just chip away at it? Like,
I think what happens is if we have a season where we're first, constantly first, which we did have with Sarri in his first season, and then we screwed it up in February. I think if we have that kind of season, right, then maybe. But I mean,
all right. So we're shedding a new skin then, right? We're coming into this new skin. We're bougie now. Is basically what we're trying to say. We're getting a little bougie, right? If we don't get that trophy, but I get it. It's because when you're up high, that high. Also, you've let's not forget won 9 freaking cups in a row.
But that's what I mean.
It's not all up to Napoli to win.
That's what I'm saying.
It has to be a competitive Serie A.
The we couldn't bring a Scudetto to Napoli argument is invalid to me because nobody beat Juventus in 9 seasons. You know, you had Roma, you had us, you had who else finished second? Inter. The expectations and toxic fans killed the vibe.
They did, yo.
I'm with Ken there too. Expectations are too high, way too high. Like again, and I said this a few weeks ago when we were talking about trophies. Who are we to expect trophies, and who are we to shun the smaller trophies like the Supercoppa, like the Coppa Italia? Coppa Italia is not a small trophy. Coppa Italia is the only other title you can win in Italy that everybody has a chance to win. Supercoppa is between Scudetto and the Coppa Italia winners. It's a one-off. Okay.
Right.
The Coppa Italia, every single team in La Lega has a chance to win that. And if you win that, I mean, again, Serie A came out with a graphic today that showed at least one player from each team in Serie A. And Chucky Lozano was right next to Ronaldo in front with what's that, Coccarda, right? What's it called? The Coppa Italia. The Coppa Italia badge. Okay? And I retweeted it and I said, look at that. Chucky front and center with the Coppa because we are champions. We are champions.
Right.
We're Coppa winners. We're cup winners. Yeah. But we are champions along with Juventus. Right. So that's it. I mean, listen. Gattuso won a title.
Hey.
Mazzarri won a title. Benitez won titles. Sarri didn't. Right there. Mazzarri, manager of the decade.
There you go. This one's for you, Rafa.
Michael Lisi, a trophy is a trophy, period. There's only so many. I can guarantee you right now, guaranteed, that if Michael Lisi signed up, and this is, I'm stealing this from Matteo Bonetti because this is true. It's the truest thing ever. As a Milan fan, if Michael Lisi signed up for a 4th place finish and a Coppa Italia this season, he'd take it. Now it just so happens now they're likely or in line to win the Scudetto, which is amazing to me. Amazing.
Right.
But
I'd rather
if at the
Milan
beginning of
than
the season you
Juve.
tell me Milan's going to win the fourth place in the Coppa Italia, he's taking it like that.
Right.
This is Milan. This is Milan who have seven Champions Leagues,
Right.
and what's it, 18 Scudetto? It's been so long for them that they would take it.
They'll take it. Who wouldn't take a Scudetto? I'd take it.
No, I'm saying he would take a lesser trophy if it meant getting to fourth place. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I think Napolitans want something a little bit bigger at this point. All right.
We want to relive those Maradona days.
We want to live for 1987. I get it.
We want to relive the 87, 89, 90. You know,
can you blame them? Can you blame them? I think Napoli fans have been patient enough.
I can't blame them, but we can't pretend to be Milan, Inter, or Juve. We are not that prestigious club that our fans are making us out to be. Once again, we are a 15-year-old club, 16, almost 17, because the Napoli of before is gone, and the Napoli of De Laurentiis is brand new. What other team can you tell me has done this much success? Started in 2004, essentially.
Definitely no one in Italy.
Rebuild. Okay.
How many teams that were with us are now in Serie B or bankrupt in Serie C? So, but go on, Raff. Go on.
Genoa went through fallimento, came back to Serie A with us. Ever since then, who's been the better team, Genoa or us? Where's Genoa all the time?
Right.
Fiorentina went through fallimento in 2002. They were Florentia Viola. They had to start over on the Delle Valles. They got back. They made a little noise. They got to the Champions League. They did okay in the Europa League. Where have they been lately? Where have they been in compared to us? Where
have you been lately, Genoa?
Exactly. So I want Napoli fans to understand that right now if we win the Supercoppa and the Coppa Italia and go far in Europe, for me, it's a success with a fourth place.
Yeah.
Success.
Let's try to win something.
This Scudetto or bust mentality is not there yet. It's not there.
Yeah.
We need another season under Gattuso.
Right.
Now, obviously, if we win the Scudetto this year, I'll be the happiest man in upstate New York.
Of course.
But we have to be more realistic. It's just the way it is.
No, I get it. I just think, listen, Napoli fans, y'all, aside from some of the toxicity and things that we've experienced, you do deserve it. They do deserve something, because to be that loyal after, to go through it with the team and always staying with them by their side. I think Napoli fans deserve a bigger trophy. That's all I'm trying to get at, And if it comes in the form of the Scudetto this year, like everybody's saying, and the dethroned Juve, extra bonus points for that. If it comes in the form of a European League, that would be great too, because and then we qualify for champions. That would be just as awesome, because it can show that we can take on these competitions and we can still perform at home. So either or will be good for me, but I would love to see something again this year. At minimum qualification. But I would like for Insigne as captain to lift something up over his head this year as well. But
all right, Ralph. Well, that's about it. We're gonna do it. We try to keep us at 30 to 45 minutes. It just never happens, Ralph.
It never happens.
But it's all good. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your night. I just dawned on me that we might not have had as many followers because it is New Year's Day. It's still a family day.
No,
so I hope you're enjoying the New Year's Day. We have Cagliari on Sunday. Look for the post-match for that.
Yeah.
And then I believe we have Spezia at home on Wednesday after that. So look out for us doing some more
post-game. Share, like, subscribe. Get your friend, your girlfriend, whoever, get them in here. And let's
Napoli
a little bit more, guys. Thank you again, Rocco, Quentin, Michael. Thank you guys for
that Chico dude. I don't remember your first name, but thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, and as always, Forza Napoli sempre.
Forza Napoli, guys. Ciao. We'll see you again soon.
Ciao. Happy New Year.